What's going on? Just leaving a meeting downtown at the Taste of Belgium and Over the Rhine. See the sign above me. Amazing food, amazing product. If you've never been here, I highly suggest it. So what really got my attention in this meeting was something he told me about the process of how this company evolved. And I think a lot of us struggle with this because we want to be everything to everybody. And he was talking about how he started the company. And I remember when he started the company early on, because back in 06, 07, 08, around there, we had our boat dealership. And at the boat show, there was this tasty Belgian waffle place across the aisle from us that was giving out samples. And we would go over there and get a few samples, and then inevitably we'd end up buying a package of like 4 or 5 waffles, and they're unbelievable. Literally the best thing I've ever had is from a waffle standpoint. So I highly suggest you get some. And the cool part about it was he did that, and then they launched their business at Findlay Market up the street here, and then at the shows like that and different things. And they eventually got into grocery stores and were in different restaurants. I think he said his concept originally was, I don't want to butcher it, but what they were telling me was that their goal was to have their waffle makers, because they have their own waffle maker they created, and to have it in restaurants, and their product, and restaurants could serve the product, and it could be in the masses, and they could have, I'm guessing they were probably saying, man, imagine if we were in 100 restaurants with our irons and our food and our product, kind of like a slush puppy machine. You go to gas stations, there's slush puppy machines there. That's where the revenue's at. Well, the consistency wasn't there, and they saw that the people were getting a product sometimes at their location that they expected would taste like this, but then they got to this restaurant and it tasted like this because maybe they mixed it a little different, or they didn't have the right heat or whatever. And they had the same thing. They said they were in grocery stores, and they sold them in grocery stores, and they were getting complaints that people would, they wouldn't be as fresh. They were maybe not, they were a little stale because they were on the shelf a little longer, and they couldn't control that with the grocery store. So they said, you know what? We stopped all that. We focused on our own brand, controlling 100% of what's made by us in our restaurants, and now have a handful of locations. I believe he says he's on his way to a press conference where they're doing something with the banks down in Cincinnati. I guess there's a Ferris wheel going up down there, I think in Newport on the levee. But he controls the process now because he saw that in order to deliver the most consistent and best product all the time, he needed to control distribution, needed to control manufacturing. He couldn't have the grocery stores doing distribution because it was on a shelf a little longer. He couldn't have the restaurants controlling the creation because they created it a little differently. So think about, about to get loud, think about what you're doing, and if you are controlling it, hold on, let's let this fire truck go by. A little loud. Think about what you're putting out there, and if you're controlling the entire process, or if there's somebody else involved that might be making what you deliver a little inconsistent. And I think it's a great message for business owners and restaurants and manufacturers that you got to make sure that what people expect is what they're getting, and that you own the process. That's all I got. I'll see you around.